From news and views, issues and opportunities, we'll have in-depth conversations with decision makers to find out what they know and what they think. I'm Rico Hizon, inviting you to join the exchange because your business is our business. 2023 is a promising year for the labor market as more people get employed, and the jobs data now reveals numbers before the pandemic. Government agencies and platforms are stepping in to connect employers and job applicants, while others are braving the unknown to chart their course and become business owners. The vision of entrepreneurship in our C-suite vision. The new year is a good reset for the Filipino worker who may be facing better times ahead. Employment is back to levels before the pandemic. So what's in store for the job market in 2023? Let's now have an exchange with Labor Undersecretary Carmela Torres. Yusek, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi.
Ano po ang sitwasyon ngayon ng ating labor market ngayon? Dumadami ba ang job openings o kumukonti?
Actually nga, it's very promising. Yung ating job openings dumadami. Tumaas nga yung ating employment rate, 95.8%, no? Compared to 2021, 92% lang. And then, of course, bumagsak ang ating unemployment, naging 4.2, even lower than the 205 rate. And then more and more jobs are in demand because kasi we see more openings in the labor market. In fact, we have identified 10 key employment generators, which we see very promising employment growth.
Ayun, so Yusek, ang ating mga kababayan, especially to si Cyril, may tanong po tungkol sa mga available jobs. Pakinggan po natin.
Ano po ang mga available na jobs ngayong taon at anong sektor po ito?
Ayan po. Saan po sila makakahanap ng trabaho?
Maraming sectors, 10 yung sectors na na-identify ko. Agriculture, manufacturing, health, construction, IT, BPM, education, electronics, transport and logistics, tourism.
Wow.
At marami yan. May mga emerging industries tayo, yung ating digital economy. Marami tayo sa IT, yung ating green economy, mga sanitation personnel, creative industry, tapos meron pa tayong in-demand occupations in the medical field, construction, architecture, engineering, information technology, at saka yung platform work. So, ang daming jobs available actually, at yun yung forecast namin for the next few years.
Yeah, magandang balita yan na Yusek Torres. Pero ang tanong natin, across all of these sectors that you mentioned, how many total jobs are available para sa ating mga kababayan?
Actually, nung we always conduct our job fairs, and then, for example, when we conducted one job fair sa electronics and also tourism, we found out that more than 10,000 jobs are available in the labor market. Ang kailangan natin, ma-match natin properly dun sa mga workers with the right skills. Yun ang ating problema. Hindi tayo nagkukulang sa mga jobs. Maraming jobs. But kailangan natin, i-fit natin yung worker to the right job.
Pero Yusek Torres, kung maraming trabaho available dito sa Pilipinas and it's just a matter of matching the right person with the job, are there also a lot of job opportunities for our Filipino workers overseas?
There are also more openings overseas because more and more overseas employment opportunities are available. We've seen also bilateral agreements with several countries. But I know that this data would be more precise if we consult the Department of Migrant Workers kasi sila yung nag-keep ng mga information about overseas employment.
So taturungin natin dyan si Secretary Ople. Si Ana Marie po, isa pang kababayan natin, may tanong tungkol sa mga trabaho galing sa mga foreign investments.
Sinabi po ni President Marcos, marami ang mag-invest sa Pilipinas. Dumating po bang investment at nag-create ito ng bagong jobs?
Ayan po, no? I mean, in less than 7 months in office, marami pong overseas trips si Presidente Marcos. Bilyon-bilyon ang sinabi niya, papasok na foreign investment sa Pilipinas. Meron na po bang mga trabaho na create dahil dito?
Meron tayong mga ini-expect na investments na which will start, no? At padating pa lang sila. Pero for example, sa steel industry, meron na pong nag-indicate na they would like to set up some infrastructure dito sa Pilipinas at nangangailangan sila ng over 10,000 workers. So as we go along sa months ahead, there will be more and more investors coming in. And we always encourage investors to come in to ensure na yung ating workers are available and we have a good and favorable industrial climate.
Yusek, what about yung mga multinational companies na nandito, mga foreign companies? Are they expanding their operations? Are they investing more money into their existing workforce?
Doon sa aming na-predict na mga job opportunities available, marami dito may mga multinationals. And makikita nyo, marami dito yung digital economy, for example. So marami din tayong multinationals in the digital economy, our BPOs, yung ating mga call centers, yung ating mga platform industry. But ang isa ding ating tinitingnan is yung ating green economy. We have to also try to support climate change and environmental improvements. So dapat din meron tayong green economy, meron tayong green jobs, at yun po din ang isang emphasis ng ating Presidente Marcos.
So, Yusek
Jr.
Torres, alam naman natin ngayon, nagiging picky rin ang ating mga workers, no? Ano bang setup ang gusto nila ngayon? On-site, work from home, o hybrid?
Actually, because of the pandemic at saka yung ating introduction of new technologies, nag-evolve yung very flexible work arrangements. So there are varying approaches. So mayroong hybrid, which is really already part of the new normal. Mayroong work from home. We also found out na marami ding mga millennials, they would prefer to have a flexible working space rather than more benefits. Tapos, mga employers natin are saying, some employers in one survey said na na-reduce yung kanilang labor turnover by 25%. So yung new forms of work arrangement, yung flexible work arrangements, nagbabari yan, no? Depende sa company. So yung government is encouraging the workers and the employers to try to mutually agree on work arrangements. This is very voluntary, but they have to take into consideration the nature of work kasi hindi naman lahat ng trabaho pwedeng work from home, no? They have also to take into consideration yung resources and also to take into consideration yung competencies ng mga workers who will be involved.
2023 will be a bright year for jobs in the Philippines. Maraming salamat po for joining us on the exchange, Labor Undersecretary Carmela Torres. And now here's a rundown of the week's top business stories. The government has borrowed $3 billion or roughly 165 billion pesos through a 3-tranche global bond sale, the second under the Marcos administration. The country's foreign direct investments amounted to $7.6 billion or nearly 418 billion pesos from January to October of last year, down by 8.3% annually. And the trade deficit hit $3.68 billion in November or nearly 203 billion pesos, wider than October's figure despite the decline in imports. A trade deficit happens when a country imports more than it exports. And straight ahead on the exchange, where your business is our business. How can Filipinos find the right job in evolving working conditions? JobQuest Philippines gives us their tips. And for those wanting to be their own boss, what lies ahead? We speak to a franchise association and a multi-awarded entrepreneur. Keep it right here on CNN Philippines. News you can trust.
masyadong marami yung requirements na pinakukuha, yung mga ganun ba.
Solusyonan yung pagtaas ng bilihin at the same time, ganun din dapat yung pagtaas ng sahod ng mga tao.
Tanggalin yung agency. Yung agency ang kasalubi sa nakakapagpahirap kasi pagdating ng oras, alim na ba, hanap ka na naman eh.
Glad you're staying with us right here on The Exchange, where your business is our business. I'm Rico Hizon. Job fairs have since made the return since the COVID-19 pandemic. Many still turn up at these events as a way of finding employment, even in the era of digital job hunting. Let's now have an exchange with Myria Gamboa of JobQuest PH. Myria, great to have you with us. Where do our kababayans prefer finding employment now? Face-to-face sa mga job fairs or online?
Actually, we've been doing the job fairs po since the virtual job fair since 2021. And then actually created po the very first virtual job fair na na-approve po ng Department of Labor and Employment and PESO. So we've been doing this 2021 and then pinayagan po for the face-to-face job fair ng 2022. So we tried both. We tried face-to-face alone, we tried online alone, we tried putting the two together.
Ayan.
We also tried yung naka-overlap yung one day, ganyan. So actually we testing the waters, no.
Anong trending right now, Myria? Anong trending ngayon? More people finding jobs online or face-to-face?
Yeah, for the 2022 last quarter po, trending po is more of face-to-face. 70% of the population na job seekers would want to do the face-to-face na kasi it's more effective.
Paanong collaboration? Paanong collaboration, Myria, between the private sector, JobQuest, at saka the government employment agencies?
With the initiative, with the government, kami po ang nag-host ng Dole NCR's Labor Day Job Fairs, Independence Day Job Fairs, Anniversary Job Fairs, and other projects po ng Department of Labor para po ma-accommodate yung not only for the NCR but also for the Visayas and Mindanao since online recruitment is borderless.
Ayan, JobQuest is very proactive, no, para magkaroon ng trabaho ang ating mga kababayan. May tanong dito, Myria, si Ryan. Gusto niya malaman kung ano ang available jobs online.
Pag nag-apply po ba ako sa online, ano po ang jobs available po?
Ayan, ano ba ang jobs available online, Myria? Kung ang ating mga kababayan ay ay papasok sa JobQuest.
Sige po. The usual participating companies na sumasali sa mga online job fairs are the BPOs, call centers, real estate, banking and finance, hotel and restaurant, food and beverage, manpower agencies. So usually, ang ating mga job vacancies ranges from the call center agents, supervisors, managers, ITs, to the blue-collar jobs, drivers, helpers, service crews. So ganyan po ang makikita natin sa ating online job.
So online, at the moment, Myria, how many job vacancies are there? How many jobs are available for our kababayans?
There are a lot. There are thousands po available online. So hindi po kayo mawawalan since we do this every month. So may chance po ang aplikante to apply every month to the different set of employers every month.
At saka itong mga jobs, hindi lang naman dito sa Maynila, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, nationwide ang jobs available.
Yes po. Yes po. Visayas, Mindanao, Cebu, Zamboanga, Davao, it's all there in the portal.
Itong mga job seekers na ito, Myria, are they particular kung magtatrabaho sila on-site, work from home, o hybrid?
Yes, actually, yes. Most of the workers or the applicants, no, wanted to do work from home. Kasi syempre, less expenses yon, pwede na mag-juggle ng daily tasks sa house. So, mas preferred yon. Now, yung ganitong setup kasi presented a problem sa mga companies, especially those who want physical engagements, no. So, ang nangyari ngayon, the companies adapted to the change. So, hybrid ngayon, flexible hybrid, on-site and online together.
And what is your advice, Myria, for job seekers, especially yung mga fresh graduate?
Oh, okay. For the fresh grads po, there are a lot of available jobs. Hindi naman po nawawalan every day. Madami po yan. It's just a matter of being flexible sa work. So, sa ngayon, since pandemic po tayo, my advice is be flexible sa mga work and work setups. And syempre, we have to remind ourselves sa pandemic pa din. And yung mga companies po na yan, yung mga companies na kasali, are still trying to adapt po to the new changes. So they are also adjusting to the new normal. So we have to understand, when yung mga applicants have to understand that the company, nagbabago po sila ng schedule, nagbabago sila ng work arrangement. So kailangan nilang intindihin yun. And walang right formula for that. So kailangan lang yung sumabak, kailangan lang mag-try. Marami pong available jobs.
Ito ang pinaka-importanting tanong, Myria. Maganda ba ang sahod?
Dahil maganda naman po ang sahod,
At saka
especially
benefits.
sa BPO.
Oo, sahod,
Yes
hindi
po.
lang sahod, kundi
Opo,
benefits
yes.
para sa kanila.
Benefits po, yes, for the BPOs. For the work from home, madami pong benefits yan. Especially po yung mga equipments. So, internet, the computers, so kasama po yan sa mga benefits. And also additional benefits po yan for the health since pandemic po tayo. Insurances, madami po din po yung benefits such as that.
Maraming salamat for this job fair exchange. Myria Gamboa of JobQuest Philippines. And still ahead on the exchange, where your business is our business. Is it time to be your own boss this year? We talk about entrepreneurship opportunities with the Philippine Franchise Association and a multi-awarded entrepreneur. Stay with us right here on CNN Philippines. News you can trust. Welcome back right here on The Exchange, where your business is our business. I'm Rico Hizon. For some Filipinos, 2023 may be the perfect time to revive entrepreneurship aspirations. Is it? Let's find out from Philippine Franchise Association President Chris Lim and motivational speaker and entrepreneur Paulo Tibig. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Paulo, let's start off with you. What are the good business ideas for potential micro and small entrepreneurs this year?
This is my 9th year of the release ng ating business ideas. Ang sinasabi nga natin dito, una, quickly, yung future-proofing of food processing and manufacturing. Bakit natin sinabi yan? We have seen many Filipinos doing yung mga backyard businesses. Now with this, how do you level up? So we wanted to scale up na pwedeng i-expand natin to all over, not just in the country but also around the globe. Kaya sabi ko, future-proofing of the food processing and manufacturing. On the list also is about make way for makeovers. Bakit makeovers? Pandemic had shown that mas naging aware tayo. Sanitation, yung discipline natin sa paglilinis, alam mo yung kalinisan ng bahay natin. So with this, aside from those cleaning services, yung mga deep cleaning, yung mga organizing sa bahay natin, lalo na kung busy tayo, isa na naman tong very good business idea.
Yes.
On the list also, we wanted some bespoking o customization. Diba? Tayo, because of the mass production, mass market appeal of certain products, I thought that it's furniture to be exact, na pwede ngayong mas bespoke. Example, highlight, accent piece. Di ba yung silya natin sa bahay? So, given that may spaces yung silya, bakit hindi natin siya gawin para
Alright.
bookshelf.
Yan.
Yan. So
Ayan.
that's just part, no? That's just part. Yan.
What about, Chris, for your end, what are the franchises for new entrepreneurs in 2023?
Yeah, alam mo, franchising food is still very strong. So, pero may shift. Milk tea is still strong, pero there's a big resurgence of coffee as well. Mga on-the-go snacks, whether that's shawarma, whether it's mga steamed things on a stick, mga hot dog. There's a lot of resurgence there. Pero I think people can look beyond food as well. Healthcare and fitness still strong. May mga gyms, mga pharmacies, as well as dialysis centers. And in the services side, we still continue to see mga strong micro-lending, and on the retail side, mga convenience stores, as well as gasoline stations. We've seen a big demand for gasoline stations.
All right. So franchising is across the board where our kababayans can make money if they decide to be their own boss. Paolo, Chris, our kababayan Michael has a question on starting a business.
Ano po ang magandang negosyo na pwedeng pasukan nitong 2023?
Yan, narinig na natin, no? Si Chris regarding franchises. Paolo, for new entrepreneurs spending their hard-earned savings from their employment, what should be their strategy?
Well, one, you have to get into the market fit. So, ano ibig sabihin natin ng market fit? Dapat naiintindihan natin, pinag-aaralan natin, sino ba yung merkado at ito bang business model ko mag-fit sa kanila. So that's one. Pangalawa, we have to take into consideration also the sustainability. Kumbaga, hindi lang to pang one-time, big time, kailangan pang matagalan, sustainable ba, scalable ba siya. At ito yung dalawang P na sinasabi ko lately, Rico at Chris. Una, profitability. Something that is accepted by the market. So ibig sabihin, once it's accepted, alam naman natin that in the long run, it's going to be profitable. Second would be yung popularity. Ibig sabihin, yung acceptance ba ng merkado na appreciate nila yung ating offer. So, in which case, there should be relevance of all these things to be considered when you try and see negosyo in the mix, para ganyan.
All right. So, Chris, you heard Michael, no? He has less than 1 million pesos to start a business. And of course, Paolo talked about a sustainable business. What should he get into? What are your suggestions for a sustainable business?
Yeah, ako, one of my favorites right now, a new food business that just opened in the pandemic. It's crispy fried flavored bangus. So it's bangus with a lot of different flavorings. And I love it because a lot of the sourcing is local. So they don't have as much problems with the supply chain na mga imported. And it's supporting local businesses. So I think in terms of the food, that would cost you less than 1 million. A lot of the under 1 million are really mga kiosk brands and food brands. I think ang very critical though is if you see a franchise that's below 100 or even 50,000 pesos, mag-isip din kayo if it's really a credible franchise. But milk tea continues to be strong. Coffee as well. There's that new wave of coffee coming in. I'd look at a few of these if you have under 1 million pesos. Maybe just one more thing there is pharmacies. So especially if you're in the Visayas and Mindanao area, there's still a lot of room, especially for the generic type of pharmacies. That's something to look into as well.
All right, may mga red flags rin pala, no, when it comes to franchising. Paolo, what are the challenges faced by budding entrepreneurs and how do they overcome them?
Well, one, ballooning OPEX. Di ba? Yung parang operation expenses, we know for a fact that raw materials are increasingly day in, day out. So how do you get into it? Pangalawa doon, yung operations excellence. We talk about sustainability. So how do you ensure that your operations, your business operation works well with the fit ng market? Another, we have to include also in social, social, political, saka yung economic environment. We know for a fact that meron talaga, pandemic had shown that there are businesses nag-thrive, but there are those who have closed shop. In fact, yung isang kinoconsider natin dito, how do you get, we've heard about with the labor sector, yung mga work from home. Now with this concept right now, homebody economy, if I may say that again, homebody economy is really flourishing. So how do you now capitalize with the new, itong evolving preferences at itong evolving lifestyle changes of our market.
Ayan.
So these are some of the challenges that we need to address.
Ayan, may mga challenges and problems, especially when you're starting out a new business. And for you, Chris, for a new entrepreneur, what would be your advice? Kailangan ba lang siya mag-umpisa bilang isang franchise holder or start his own business from scratch?
Alam mo, franchising has a 90% success rate globally. And a big reason for that is you're just replicating a successful business. Si Paolo has a lot of advice how to start a business. With franchising, someone else na nagsimula ng business, what you need to do is run it very well. I think Paolo talked about operational excellence. But you are your own boss, sarili mong negosyo yan. But at the same time, someone is guiding you to run it. Bibigyan ka ng operations manual. Pag may problema ka, may mga franchise managers and you know, the franchisor, the owner of the business, tutulungan kayo to run it. I think the beauty of franchising is that it's between being an employee and being your own boss because you run your own business. Pero kung may problema ka, you have someone to talk to and you're just replicating something na successful na nakita niyo gumagana na. You're not guessing and starting from scratch.
So to all our viewers on the exchange, kung kailangan natin ng mentor para sa ating bagong negosyo, kausapin si Paulo Tibig and Chris Lim. Thank you so much for this Entrepreneurship Exchange. Philippine Franchise Association President Chris Lim and multi-awarded entrepreneur Paulo Tibig. And this is the exchange who makes sense of the facts and the figures and the ups and downs of the business cycle because your business is our business. Thanks for watching CNN Philippines. News you can use. News you can trust.